I'm gonna tell you a little story, okay? And before telling you that story, there's words in the street and there's kids on the street, so if they make any noise, please forgive them. Anyway, so I have a little story for you. So, like 2, 3 years ago, I was hanging out with these classmates of mine, and we were talking about the things that we wanted to do when when we were older or when we graduated and stuff, or like our like dream jobs. And I don't open up about my dream job. Like I don't say that I want to be a content creator or whatever. And I don't at least I don't remember like saying that. And I remember one of my classmates, she, mind you, she is beautiful, she is hot, like she is nice, you know what I mean? She's wonderful. And she said that she wanted to be an influencer. And I was like, I thought in my head, like, that's not impossible at all, because, did I put on lip gloss? Anyway. And I was like, that's not impossible at all, because, I mean, she's hot, she's nice, I think she's charismatic. Like, I think she can be funny and all, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's impossible for her, you know what I mean? Like, there's smaller, bigger influencers, whatever, but, like, I think she can totally do it. You know what I mean? What does she have on her Instagram? Okay, she posts pictures, but one, I don't think she posts that often. Two, she doesn't put any hashtags. So how are you gonna get discovered? I mean, I think you can get discovered to an extent. I mean, now that we have like Instagram Reels and now that we have like TikTok and all that stuff, like I think you can get like, found a little bit easier because like I don't know, if the platform puts you like in the algorithm and stuff like that, like people can see you. But then it's like you don't put any hashtags, you don't put any tags, you like how are you gonna get discovered? Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, I mean, okay, she wants to be an influencer, but what is she doing to get there? You know what I mean? I mean, I wanted to be a content creator and I want to be a content creator and I was not consistent at the time, but I was like, well, I mean, I'm studying and I'm focusing on school, but like at least I was making videos. Do you know what I mean? Like whenever I could, like whether it was like during the summer or if I ever had some free time, whatever, like I tried to make new videos and I had made videos and I had created a podcast in the past. You know what I mean? Like I had done things. You know what I mean? Like you could show that at least I had tried at some point. You know what I mean? Even if it wasn't consistently. But my friend was like, it's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you're not putting hashtags, you're not posting often, you're not making videos about, you know what I mean? You know what they say on TikTok? Like, if you want to be an influencer, like, act like you're already an influencer. You know what I mean? Like, turn on the camera, do your makeup, talk about whatever, like, tell people, like, what products you're using and where they're from. You know what I mean? Like, show people everything. You know what I mean? Like, you have to quote unquote pretend you're an influencer to become an influencer. You know what I mean? Like for instance, me, I have to pretend that I have viewers and I have to pretend that there's people watching me that actually give a fuck about what I'm saying, to really get there. Because right now nobody's really watching my videos. Well, nobody's watching my videos. This is embarrassing. I have 3 subscribers, and the 3 subscribers are me with different freaking accounts. The thing is, like, I had 4 subscribers. There was somebody who subscribed, but then they recently unsubscribed. I don't know if it's because I wasn't consistent or because they were like, nah, this bitch doesn't know what she's doing. I don't know what it was, but they subscribed for a good 2 weeks and then they left. I don't know. It was something like that. I know it's embarrassing. But anyway, more will come, I guess. What was I gonna say? So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you're gonna get there in a month. I'm not saying you're gonna get there in a week. I'm not saying you're gonna be the biggest influencer in the world, but if you're not even trying, like, how do you want to become an influencer? How do you want to do that? If you're not even trying, you know what I mean? Like, and if you're not trying, like, what does that mean? Does that mean that, excuse you, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, does that mean that you're not, like, believing in yourself? Does that mean that you don't believe that that's possible for you, so you're not even gonna try? Like, what's the point in wanting to be an influencer if you're not gonna try to do it? It's not, like, impossible, you know what I mean? Like, I guess it would be more impossible to be, let's say, a pilot, you know what I mean? Like, okay, a pilot, I mean, it's doable, but the thing is, like, your parents have to have a lot of money for you to afford, or maybe you have to, like, make a lot of money to then afford to, to go to pilot whatever the fuck school, and then like you have to afford, like you have to rent the freaking, you have to pay for the to use the fucking plane for a while, you know what I mean, like to practice, you know what I mean, like that's why it is expensive. Not everybody can, like amount to be a pilot, because not everybody has the money to afford the classes and the training and all that stuff. So in that sense, it's like, okay, but like who cannot afford makeup? Even if you buy like the cheapest makeup, like I bought cheap makeup, you know what I mean? Like this is from the supermarket, this costs like what, 4 euros, and this I bought it at another supermarket and it costs like I think 1 euro, you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a lot. Do you know what I mean? And like during economic recessions, like the things that get the most like bought, like the things that are like that rise in sales are actually makeup and I think alcohol as well. I don't know. But anyways, it was something like that. But the thing is, like, you can afford makeup. Everybody has a freaking phone. Like, where do, like, what is the thing that people usually use to make TikToks, at least? Their phones, obviously. Like, very few people actually use like professional cameras and stuff like that, and professional like software to edit the TikToks. Like, you don't even have to exit TikTok to edit the TikToks. You know what I mean? Like, I even make my freaking LinkedIn videos with TikTok. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. And what was I gonna say? Like, what am I using to film my videos right now? My phone. I have a camera. I have a DSLR camera, but it is way easier to just pull up my phone. I have it on a selfie stick right now, and it's a selfie stick that has a tripod. And that's it. I straightened my hair with a Philips straightening iron. It's here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much it was, but it wasn't like too expensive. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And this is from, I don't know, from Inditex, from like Zara and these places. I think it's from Bershka, Pull&Bear. I don't remember. But like, and it was from the sales. It cost like €4. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. You can do things on a budget. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even have to do much. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to literally try and just be there. And that's it. Like, if you're not gonna pursue your dreams, like, what the fuck is the point? You know what I mean? Like, becoming an influencer is not that hard, especially if you're like good looking. Like, you are the standard. You know what I mean? Like, why shouldn't you do it? I think if you're like, especially like anybody can do this. Like, anybody can be a content creator. Like whether it is your personality that shines, or your sense of humor, or the experiences that you have to tell, or your editing, or the way that you explain things, or the things, whatever the fuck that you have to do in your videos. Like, maybe, I don't know, or maybe you know how to do something that nobody else can do, or you do something better than everybody else, or in a different way, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can do this, but like, especially if you're somebody who's gonna appeal to the public that cares about like cosmetics and like clothes and stuff like that. If you're from mid to good looking, chances are it's gonna turn out good for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, the problem with people is that, like, they don't allow themselves to dream, and if they dream, they don't really believe that they can make their dreams come true. Do you know what I mean? And they don't even try. That's depressing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would be depressed if I wasn't making these videos. Like, I wouldn't be fulfilled at all. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't believe that I could actually do it, I wouldn't be making these videos. And if I wasn't making these videos, I would feel so bad, because it's like, what do I do with my free time? I don't have any other hobbies, really. I'd probably be on my phone, like scrolling on TikTok or something like that. Probably watching YouTube videos. Probably, I don't know, I would probably, I don't know, take up drawing. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped drawing when I was 12, which is exactly when I started making content, and when I discovered Canva, where, you know, it is what I initially used to do my, what do you call it, like the thumbnails for my blog post when I started, because I started a blog when I was 11, and that's when I started making content. Like, content is my hobby. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep doing it for as long as it fulfills me, and for as long as I want to do it, which is probably going to be forever. Like, I love this. This drives me. You know what I mean? Like, allow yourself to dream and put in the effort. You know what I mean? Like, just dreaming is not enough. Dreaming is not going to get you anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, dreaming is the starter point. Dreaming is like, okay, this is what I want. It's being honest with yourself. Like, this, I want to go from point A to point E. And then taking action is the other 50%. It's like, okay, now what do I have to do to get from point A to point B? Maybe I don't know how to do it, but I'll figure it out. How? By just doing it. Trying. You know what I mean? Oh my god, I totally forgot. I have to insert this somewhere in the video, because I completely forgot what I was gonna say, because I'm so ADHD. I don't know if I have ADHD, but anyway, that's not the point. The thing is, I, like, my main thing was not to be an influencer. Like, I never, like, what I want to be is a content creator. Obviously, I always like thought about like influencer work, you know what I mean? Like, getting, you know, sponsored by companies and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, to promote like products and whatever. Like, I always thought about that, like doing influencer work. Of course, I always wanted to do it, but like, my thing was called like content creation. But like, of course, like, being an influencer as part of my job, like, was never discarded. And let me tell you something, it's not that I have a lot of followers or anything, but I've been consistent, somewhat consistent on TikTok around the past month. And I was recently contacted by a company, by a jewelry company, and they wanted to send me, I think it was 2-3 products for me to wear them in my stories, not even in a TikTok and stuff like that. And they were going to give me like a coupon or something. And for friends and family and viewers, I think they were going to get like 70% off if they used a code that is like, you know what I mean? Like the personalized like codes and stuff like that. I still have to talk to them and stuff, because I couldn't talk to them because I had exams these days. But like, I was contacted by a freaking company who wants to fucking sponsor me. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the summer I made a video, and I post my videos, like I post my TikToks on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, on Facebook Reels, on YouTube Shorts, and on Snapchat Spotlight. and one of my videos went viral. Like, it got 3.5 million views. Like, it was my first video that ever got, and my first and my only video that ever got a million views. And it was on Facebook Reels. And they sent me a message the other day that says that I earned $500 and that I have to like claim them before, I think it is January 27th. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've already earned a little bit of money, and I've already been contacted by a company who wants to sponsor me. You know what I mean? Like, I already, let's say, quote unquote, got paid. Like, I've already earned money, and I got contacted by a company to do influencer work. Like, my main thing was not to be an influencer. I'm not even like famous. Like, nobody even watches my videos, and I'm already closer to being an influencer. I'm already, you know what I mean? Like, I've already been contacted by a company, and this girlie hasn't, because she hasn't even tried. You know what I mean? If she had tried all this freaking time, and it's not like, let's be freaking honest, I don't want to talk shit about her, but it's not like she's, you know, that responsible, like, student studying. You know what I mean? Like, she could totally spend a little bit of time making a video, maybe getting ready or whatever, or telling people what she uses for this and that. And she could totally be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, now brands are contacting smaller influencers. You know what I mean? They're contacting smaller people who are making content and stuff, because I don't know what their numbers are, but I guess they know what they're doing because they're companies. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could totally become like a small like creator or whatever and get sponsored by brands. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm gonna like get contacted by so many brands like from now on, but what I'm saying is that like, I was like, I remember like when I got contacted by this company, I was like, I remember that girl. I was like, I didn't want to be an influencer. Like, I didn't want it to be my main thing, and I've already been more of an influencer, let's say, or I'm closer to being an influencer than this girlie is, because she hasn't tried it all. Not because I'm that good, but because she hasn't tried it all. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure she could do it better than me. I'm pretty sure she could have more charisma than me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not claiming to be like I've never claimed to be the best at anything that I do. Do you know what I mean? But it is about being there and trying and putting yourself out there. So yeah, I totally forgot to say this for some ungodly reason. So yeah, I'm going to insert this somewhere in the video. So yeah, bye guys.